Hey guys, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your free NBA basketball selection and preview on tonight's game between the Charlotte Hornets and the Dallas Mavericks. It is Wednesday, December 30th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget, you can subscribe to this channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner. All right, guys, let's get to this one between the Charlotte Hornets and the Dallas Mavericks. Now, Dallas, like complete opposite of the LA Lakers. They played their first three games on the road, where LA played their first four at home. Now Dallas gets a little bit of home cooking this evening against the Charlotte Hornets, who are 1-2 on the season straight up and against the point spread, 1-2 to the under in their last three games, where the Dallas Mavericks 1-2 straight up and against the number in the last three, 1-2 to the under. Now we all know that big game that they had against the Clippers, a 124-73 win against the LA Clippers, and now they're taking on the Charlotte Hornets as a 7.5 point favorite. Let's take a look to see if there's any line movement on this game. And looking at the line, no, stay there at 7.5. The total went from 222.5 to 224.5. So total's coming over the total right now. And I think that's where I'm leaning a bit right now to the over. I'm seeing some indicators pointing that way. Looking at the computer pick here, it does like Dallas winning this game 113-105. The over-under at 219.46. And looking at the value edge, if you do like the Dallas Mavericks, I don't think you're getting much value on them tonight. And, you know, it's really tough to get value on high-profile teams would have big high-profile players like Luka Doncic, LeBron James. You know, to an extent now, the Atlanta Hawks, they're, you know, the team of the hour. People know Trae Young. They know they're off to a good start. Those are teams that the public knows. The bookmakers know that. And from a psychological point of view, you don't think that's involved in the number? Of course it is. So you got to be careful from that aspect. Don't get caught up in headlines. Don't be a headline handicapper. Get into the numbers. Get into the percentage play or whatever works for you. Hey, I talked to a buddy of mine yesterday. He says he throws darts sometimes when he's in a bad streak. And, you know, if it works for him, it works for him, right? So that's awesome. Little shout out to my guy Simon right there. I know we talked yesterday, and that was a pretty funny story. Now, looking at the value edge here, we have Dallas a 7.5 point favorite. The value edge here is at -4. So if you do like Dallas, again, you're not getting value. Plus 3.5 for the Hornets, you're getting 7.5. So if you do like Charlotte tonight, guys, you are getting good value on the Hornets at plus 7.5. However, the chance of winning does favor Dallas at 65.7%, and the chance of covering the spread, because both these teams are 1-2 against the number. The percentage play is at a high percentage for both teams at 67%. Now, the chance of this game going over the total does favor the over at the Kogo. Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total. We have it at 67%. In the last 10 head-to-head meetings, 5-5 straight up for Dallas, 6-4 against the number. And when the Hornets travel to Dallas, they're 4-6 straight up, 6-4 against the number, but 6-4 to the over. Taking a look at some of the games here on some stats on the season. I'm leaning towards the over right now, guys. You know, looking at the Dallas here coming off a 3-game road stand from the you know, the stats that really you know, doesn't, I don't think has a big factor here. 47-52 since 96 when Dallas coming off a 3-game road stand. But looking at the chances of winning from a percentage point of view. Now, Charlotte in their last game, they're coming off a let me see here. Coming off a loss, actually a win against the Brooklyn Nets. So they haven't played since the 27th. So they're playing on 2 days rest, right? And coming off a win, Charlotte, I'm pretty sure they don't have a good win record coming off a win. And I think, oh, here they are, Charlotte Hornets. Right here, coming off a win. In fact, they don't have many occurrences, only 1-3. So when they're, let me see here, make sure we're on the road. Okay, that's why. Let's go any situation. So when the Charlotte Hornets coming off a win, 8-5-1 against the number, so not a bad little road record. Record overall, 57% the last 2 years. Let's see what happens when it comes off a road, or when they're on the road coming off a win. And where is it here? 4-8-1. So conflicting numbers. So we throw that right out. Let's go to the calculator to see what the ATS calculator thinks. It has Dallas winning by 14 and the over-under at 219.3. And again, conflicting numbers. We had 219. And no, actually, you know what? 224, 219. And the calculator has 219 as well. So, you know what? The calculator and the computer are right there on the total. But the Kogo is at 67%. To be honest with you guys, I'm favoring the over here. I know I got indicators pointing towards the under here in the Raymond Report, but I think if you're gonna play this game here today, I'm not gonna lay 7.5 on Dallas. As much as I love Dallas and Luka Doncic, I think they're great. 124-73 win, 115-138 loss. Bit of inconsistency right there. This was a good game against Phoenix. It's still early in the season, but looking at Doncic, he's playing 32 minutes a game, averaging 27 points. Josh Richardson, 30 points, 16.7, and Tim Hardaway Jr., 13 points a game. So, Richardson and Doncic loading up a lot of playing time the first 3 games. That, you never want to burn out your top players. But, again, I think if you're going to play this one here, guys, this is almost like a gut feeling type play is the over. And if we look at the total or the money line, right? Sometimes when everything and the numbers don't pan out, follow the money. And the money's telling me the over might be an indicator where you want to go on this game tonight between the Hornets and the Dallas Mavericks. There you have it, guys. That's my preview and prediction on tonight's game between Dallas and Charlotte. Hopefully I was able to help you out there. Maybe not. But in the meantime, shop for value, play those percentages, and subscribe to this channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner. Cheers.